So this is the left hand finger pattern on the bass. This is only for bass. If you play cello or violin or viola, this is not for you. Find your instrument video in the same folder, but this is just for basses, for learning how to play the left hand finger pattern. Now every single note we're going to be playing is on the D string today. So this string right here, all the way, every note is going to be involving this string right here. So if you're using your right hand, it's not the string that's farthest away from you, but next to it, okay? And it's also very important that you're holding the cello. I'm kind of reverse it here. So if you're facing the same way I am, the bass, excuse me, not the cello, the bass is over here. It's on your left side of your head. And that's super important. If you have it backwards, everything is going to be wrong. So it's important that you start with the bass in the correct side of you, and it needs to be up here. It shouldn't be out at a distance. You need to come hug it, get to know it, get familiar with this, because if you're not gonna hold it here, you're not gonna be able to do all the difficult things that you need to do in order to play this instrument. So start with good playing position. I've got my end pin adjusted to where my first few tapes are about at eye level. That's where we want it to be. So like I said, everything is going to involve the D string, this one right here. So my fingers, my hand's going to be in a round C shape. My thumb is going to be behind, not the first finger tape, but the next tape there. Just like that, okay? So if you look at my hand, change the angle here. Look at the shape of my hand. Let me try it one more time. Here we go. My first finger and second finger and pinky each have a tape. But my ring finger, this one does not have a tape. It just hangs out between the two. Okay, that may feel a little bit strange, but your first finger, your third finger, and your fourth finger are the only ones that should have a specific spot on the fingerboard. Okay? So if you notice, you have 6 tapes. Mine are all the same color, they're all white, but yours might be white then blue, or blue then black, but it doesn't matter what color they are. The important thing is you have 3 tapes for your hand here, and you notice I have 3 tapes down here that are untouched. That is whenever I can take my hand and slide everything down and put my hand like it was, but on these 3 tapes. Yet again, I have my first finger on its tape, second finger, and pinky, my third finger, my ring finger, just hangs out between my second and fourth finger, just like that. Okay? So I am only ever in the bottom 3 or the top 3. Never kind of somewhere in the middle, at least for right now. Later on we will, but for right now we are only all the top 3 or all the bottom 3. All right? So now let's go on to playing the left hand pattern. So this is only going to involve either no fingers, just 1 finger, or all 4 of your fingers. You're not going to play just 1 and 2 or 1, 2, and 3. It's either no fingers, 1 finger only, or 4 fingers only. Okay? So let's start by plucking the D string 4 times. That's always the start of these finger patterns. Ready, go, D string. Now make sure, again, your bass is here. It's up, it's near you. It's not necessarily up against your head, but it's right here, so everything is in your, your area of influence. Now you're going to take your left hand and you're going to put your thumb behind the neck, and you're going to put your first finger not on the G string, but on the D string, the next one over. And notice I'm going to have my first finger round, and I'm going to hold it down nice and firm all the way to the fingertips. And if you've done that enough, if you've done that firm enough, you'll hear this. If it's not firm enough, you'll hear a thud. We don't want that. We want it to ring. It lasts a long time. That's how you know you're firm enough. So starting over, we have open D, no fingers down. Then we add our first finger on its tape, not back here or up here, exactly on its tape. Then, remember what I said, either no fingers, just one finger, or all four. Then we're going to place our second finger, third finger, and fourth finger going all the way to this third tape. Hold all your fingers down firm and play that note. Right there. All right, notice my wrist is straight here. That's important. Now let's review. Open string, no fingers, but they're hovering. Ready, go. Just your first finger. Now get ready to add all of them. Yeah, good. You might need to work to space your hands out. It might feel a little uncomfortable, but that's just something that you will get used to. Let me change my angle just a little bit. All right, now we have gone past all of the first three tapes. We've done everything that we can. We've added all of our fingers, so we're out of fingers. Now I want you to bring your attention to these bottom three tapes. We're going to slide everything, your entire hand down to where you're playing now on these three tapes. You're going to take away everything except for your first finger, just like that. Ready, go, and. And again, just like everything else, it should ring. It's still ringing if you listen. Now, just like previously up here, you're going to add second and third and fourth finger. This is the final tape. You may have one other tape down here, but it's probably a little bit farther down. Let me hear all four fingers down on this note. Ready, go. And then now we start doing things backwards. So what were we doing before we did this? We did just our first finger. Ready, go, and. Then, before that, we were back here and we had all four fingers down nice and strong. Ready, go. And then we take away everything but our first finger. Ready, go. And then no fingers, just the open D string. Ready, go. So if I were to fast forward through what I just did to kind of do a quick review, starts with no fingers down, then just one finger, E, 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 then all four fingers. You would never lay your fingers flat like this, but that way it's easy to see how many fingers I'm using. All four. Then you move down to these three tapes, then you just use just your first finger, then all four. Then backwards, just your first finger, shift back all four, then just your first finger, and then open. So even faster forwarded. No fingers. 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, open. So we're holding down the D string in different places for each note. So we're holding down the D string here. Then whenever we put our fourth finger down, we're holding the D string down here. Then when we move our finger down here, we're holding the D string down here, and then here, then here. So we're just basically going towards the floor and then back away. All right? Now we're going to do it 2 more times. This time we're going to do it at a slower tempo, but I'm going to give you pauses between the notes so that you have time to change your hand and do what I'm doing. After that, we're going to do something a little bit more difficult, a little bit more challenging. Ready? The D string, left hand pattern. 1, 2, start with no fingers down, D. Now you put your first finger down all the way on the fingerboard. Ready, first finger, E. Your second finger and third and fourth finger go down. Ready, go. Firm. If it doesn't ring, that's okay. Just keep working on it. Now we're going to shift everything down to this bottom 3, first finger only. Ready, go. Then all 4 fingers. 2, ready, nice and firm, go. Now in reverse order. First finger only. Ready, go, and nice and firm. Now slide it down to the first 3, but all 4 fingers are down. Ready, all fingers down. Then first finger only. Ready, no other fingers are down. Then take it away. 1, 2, no fingers, open D. Okay? All right, so last time, I'm going to have us do it one more time, but this time I'm taking away any pauses between the fingers and the changes. So each change needs to happen almost immediately so that you're able to play the next note in time. While you're playing one note, be anticipating what you're going to be doing next. Think about, okay, what finger am I going to put down now? Am I going to be doing a shift? Where am I going? Be thinking those things. If this, what I do right now, is too fast for you, go back, do some of the other things over and over and over again until you get comfortable with those. And then join me in this spot right here when you're ready. Again, every note we play is on the D string only. That's only the D string, just up and down the fingerboard. All right. Straight up, straight down, no pauses. Straight from one note to the next. Open D. 1, 2, ready, open D, go. First finger's ready. Now hold it down. Now get your other fingers ready. Let them hover. Put them down, all 4. Now you're aiming for here. Aim for the next hit. First finger only. It's a quick shift. Now all 4 fingers down. Should be exactly on that last tape. Now you just take all the others way. First finger only. Now you're going to shift back all 4 fingers. That's a tricky one. Ready, just your first finger now. And then open D. This part should be pretty easy. Okay. So, like I said earlier, we did this about 3 or 4 different times, so if there's one of those times that's really difficult for you, go back and do the previous time 5 or 6 or 7 times until you feel like you've got it comfortable enough to go to the next step. Don't feel the need to do this fast. The most important thing is that you do it right, not that you do it fast. Right is the most important thing. Right? So that's the D string left hand pattern on the bass.